I really tried my hardest to get invested in this movie, but the longer I watched it, the worse it got. I tried. I did. And I wanted to be invested. I wanted something in this movie to pull me in and grab my attention, and it never happened. The MCU is in full swing. I know people are making jokes about this, and they're doing nothing but erasing male superheroes and throwing in females everywhere, and just, unfortunately, they were right with this movie. Now, I will say Nick Fury is in it, but it's not the same Nick Fury. They must have castrated this guy or something. I don't know what's going on. He just seems unsure of himself. He's not as cocky as he usually is. And to be truthful, if he wasn't in this movie at all, it would not have changed a thing. He did nothing of any significance. And it was very disappointing because when I first saw him in this movie, I was like, yes, Nick Fury is in here. And then I was like, is he ever gonna do anything Nick Fury-esque? Nope. So that was a big bummer. I mean, the saving grace to this movie, though, I will say, Iman Vellani, who plays Kamala Khan, she was amazing in this movie. I didn't really get too big into the Miss Marvel series, only because it wasn't really anchored toward my taste. It's more for the younger audience, wasn't really appealing to me per se, but it was done well. I did watch a lot of it, and I think it was well directed, it was well thought out. I think it was a great series, and Iman Vellani is an incredible actress. And I think she outshined even Brie Larson in this movie. Her personality is contagious. It really is. How excited she is to be a superhero, what she can do, meeting other superheroes. And there is this supposed tension between Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau, but it just wasn't there. They tried to put it there. There was this disconnect between them because Captain Marvel said she was going to return years ago while Monica was a baby, or should I say kid? She wasn't exactly a baby, but she was a kid, and Captain Marvel took off, said I'll be back soon, never showed up again. We find out why later, but then there's this animosity between the two because Monica's pissed off that she never returned. Captain Marvel doesn't want to say why, so she's standoffish. But the personality in the faces, it wasn't convincing. But then we have Kamala Khan, who is like all in on this superhero thing, and she's super excited, and she's also freaked out at the same time. Her family is worried about her, and the family connection that she has is on point. I was eating that up. That was the one part of this movie that I could really get behind. And that's the most positive thing I can say about this movie. Captain Marvel did what Captain Marvel does. She's strong, she's powerful, she's not much of a team player, which she has to learn to do in this movie. But this just was not a good movie. This was not well written, and the longer I watched it, the worse this thing got. When we got to a planet where they only communicated by song, I'm not kidding. You could speak the words, they wouldn't understand you. But if you sang the same exact words, hallelujah, we can now understand everything. It was completely stupid. My mind was blown at that point. Like, we have really gotten to an all-time low. Who writes this stuff? But now here's another thing. We have this villain, all right? Reminds me of Rodin, has the same hammer. Her strength comes from the same bracelet that Kamala Khan's wearing. And I'm a little baffled about her other powers because that just seems to be it. She's got the bracelet and the hammer, but nothing else. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I misinterpreted that. But we have 3 Marvels who have a hard time taking her down. Like, seriously? Captain Marvel alone should have been able to clean house with her in 30 seconds. As strong as she supposedly is. But yet, this one girl who's, we don't even know where she came from, is giving them a hard time. doesn't make sense. I mean, I'll be honest, I feel like they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here at Marvel. We know they had a horrible opening, and the second week has just gotten worse, and I can see why. They need to cut back on the Marvel content and really focus on the quality over the quantity. You know, it's just, when you put something out like this, you're just proving to everybody else that they were right. Look, I get it. Disney's hard up on pushing agendas, whether it be strong feminist type or whatever other kind of woke stuff they want to stick in there. I don't know, don't care. But give us a good movie. I mean, for God's sake, this was garbage. Like, I completely wasted, what, hour and 40 minutes of my time, whatever the heck the runtime was in this thing. Felt like forever. Do yourself a favor. Find something else to watch.